Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Anuta the Crochet World, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. And today we're going to do this beautiful pattern for a coaster. Now I've used my Jasmine stitch on this coaster, and for this one I've used my 100% cotton yarn, and I've used my 3.5 mm of the hook. So let's begin. Okay, so have your yarn and we're going to make a magic circle here. So for the magic circle, just have your yarn around your fingers, and I'm going to make 2 rounds of this one. And now I'm going to make an axe here. So after this 2 rounds, I'm going to make an axe here, and I will put the 3rd strand of yarn at the back like this. And now I'm going to insert my hook in this way. And now I'm going to grab this 3rd strand of yarn through this first 2 string of yarns, and we'll turn my hook in this way, and that's it. This is our magic circle. Now here I'm going to chain 1. Now this chain 1 is not a stitch. I've just made this chain 1 to secure this magic circle, and it's here. Now here we're gonna loosen up our this stitch a little bit like this, and now yarn over and insert your hook into this magic circle and grab your yarn. I have 3 loops. Now yarn over for 1 more time, insert your hook into this magic circle and grab your yarn. So that's for the 2nd time. And now for the 3rd time, yarn over and insert your hook into this magic circle and grab your yarn. And now you're going to have 7 loops on your hook. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, and every single time you're making this puff stitches, you're going to have 7 loops on your hook. Now I'm going to hold my this strain of yarn with the help of my this 2nd finger and my thumb. I'm going to hold it like this, and I'm going to yarn over and will pull my yarn through all my 7 loops, making another loop here. So there is another loop here. Now insert your hook into that loop like this. If you want, you can tighten up your stitch this way, and now grab your yarn. So yarn over like this and grab your yarn through that loop like this, and now you're going to have 2 loops on your hook. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through both the loops, and that's your single crochet. And now chain 1. And now for this round number 1, we will make these puff stitches in pairs. So we're going to have pair of 2 and pair of 3. Right now we're going to have pair of 2. So for that one, just as we have chained 1 here, I'm just going to loosen up this stitch a little bit. Now yarn over and insert your hook into this single crochet. You have made your single crochet here. Just on top of this puff stitch, you have made your single crochet here. So insert your hook into that space here like this, and grab your yarn over for 2nd time, and yarn over for the 3rd time like this. And now we will yarn over and insert our hook into this magic circle as well. So insert your hook into this magic circle and grab your yarn 1 time, 2 and 3 like this. So here you have 7 plus 7, 14 loops on your hook. Now again, I'm going to hold my this working yarn with the help of my this 2nd finger and thumb, and will yarn over and will pull my yarn through all loops like this, creating a little loop here, this one. Now insert your hook into that loop, grab your yarn and yarn over and pull your yarn through both the loops, and that's going to make your 1 single crochet, and then chain 1. And now we're going to repeat this pattern. So not this first puff, but as we've made the pair here with 2 puff stitches, we're going to repeat this for another 3 times. In total we're going to have this pattern for 4 times. So this is 2 puff stitches, we have made it together. Now another 3 times we are going to make this 2 puff stitches together. So for that one, again, loosen up this stitch, yarn over and insert your hook into this single crochet space and grab your yarn, and do it for 3 times. So it's 1 2 and 3. Now again, yarn over and insert your hook into this magic circle, grab your yarn for 3 times. So it's 1 2 and 3, like this. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through all your loops, like this. Now creating a smaller loop here, insert your hook into that loop, grab your yarn, yarn over and pull your yarn through both your loops, like this. Chain 1, and this we have repeated for the second time. Now for the third time, again we're going to repeat the same pattern. So for that one, loosen up your stitch for one more time, yarn over 3 times and insert your hook into this space here. So that's 1, 2 and 3. Now again yarn over and insert your hook into this magic circle. So that's 1, 2 and 3. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all your loops, and you're going to create one loop here. Insert your hook into that loop, grab your yarn, yarn over and pull your yarn through all your loops, like this, and your work looks like this. And now for the last time, we're going to repeat this pattern. So chain 1, loosen up your this stitch and yarn over 3 times. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Yarn over and insert your hook into this magic circle. That's 1, 2 and 3. Again, hold your working yarn and yarn over and pull your yarn through all your loops. Again, insert your hook into this little loop, grab your yarn and make your 1 single crochet here and chain 1. So here it is. We have repeated our pattern for about 4 times, and now for the last time, for this our round number 1, as we have made this chain 1 here. So I'm going to loosen up my this stitch, yarn over and will insert my hook into my this chain 1, the single crochet space. Grab your yarn, 1, 2, 3, and again I'm going to yarn over and will insert my hook into my this magic circle. So it's 1, 2 and 3. And now just gonna tighten up my this magic circle a little bit. You have your 14 loops on your hook, and now we will take this eye as well, this first eye as well. So here we have made this chain 1 and we will insert our hook into this chain 1 space. So here it is. We are making our this first round and we have already inserted our hook into this magic circle. Now after this magic circle, you can see, you can find your first eye here to create our this flower, this jasmine flower, and this one is your stitch. Here you have to insert your hook, and again we're going to insert our hook for 3 times into that space. So for that one, yarn over and insert your hook into that space and grab your yarn for 1 time, 2 and 3, like this. So here we are connecting 3 puff stitches, and now just hold your working yarn with the help of your thumb and your second finger and yarn over and pull your yarn through all your loops here, like this. And here it is. You have created a smaller loop here. Insert your hook into that smaller loop, grab your yarn, make your single crochet here, and this is the end of our round number 1. And here it is. We have created our this jasmine flower. Now if you want to count, you can count this last puff stitches. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So you need to have 6 puff stitches at the corners around, and here again in the middle as well, you're going to have your 6 puff stitches creating this flower. Now here we're going to need 2 stitch markers, and I'm going to insert my this first stitch marker here in the middle so that I will remember that this is the middle part, because later on when we will work on it, we will create a lot of puff stitches and we might will forget that which is the center part. So here it is. I have put the stitch marker here at the center so that I will remember that this is my center part, because we will work around on this center part here. Now we're gonna need another stitch marker. So for that one, just gonna chain one here. And for our round number 2, remember I'm not going to put my stitch marker here. Now I've already started my round number 2, and for the first stitch of my round number 2 we are going to make one puff stitch here. So chain one here and loosen up your stitch and yarn over 3 times. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Now yarn over, hold your yarn over and pull your yarn through all your loops, and you're creating one little loop here. Insert your hook into that loop, grab your yarn, make your 1 single crochet and chain 1. And this is the part where we have to make our stitch marker. Now we are putting the stitch marker here because when we will finish up our this round number 2, we will insert our hook into this stitch to finish up our work. Remember, we have already started our round 2, and for this round 2 we have already made our this one puff stitch. And now as here we have made 2 puff stitches together, now we are going to make 3 puff stitches together, then 2 puff stitches together, another time 3 puff stitches together, and then 2 puff stitches together. So for that one, here we have made our chain 1, and I'm going to loosen up my this yarn over and insert your hook into this single crochet space, grab your yarn and make your 3 times, yarn over like this, and now yarn over, and we're going to insert our hook into this same space where we have made our this first puff stitch here. So insert your hook into that same space, grab your yarn and do it for 3 times. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Now again we will go to this chain 1 space, the next chain 1 space after this one, after this puff stitch, and again we will insert our hook into this chain 1 space for 3 times. So yarn over 3 times here, again 1, 2 and 3. So here it is, we got this puff stitches, 3 puff stitches here, and now we're going to connect this 3 puff stitches. So for that one, yarn over and pull your yarn through all your loops like this, creating a little loop here, and insert your hook into that loop, grab your yarn and yarn over and pull your yarn through all your loops here. So here we have made our this 3 puff stitches together, and now chain 1, loosen up your this stitch, we're going to make 2 puff stitches together. So for that one, yarn over 3 times. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Now leave this puff stitch and go to this one where we have just worked on this chain 1 space, and into that one again we're going to make another 3 yarn overs, so to make this another puff stitch. So it's 1, 2 and 3, and that's 2 puff stitches together. You're going to yarn over and we'll pull our yarn through all the loops. Now insert your hook into that little loop, grab your yarn and make your single crochet here. So that's 2 puff stitches together. So remember, here at the start we have made 3 puff stitches together, and here we have made our 2 puff stitches together, and now we are going to repeat this pattern. So here we are going to repeat this pattern for another 4 times. So do it for another 4 times, and I'm going to meet you here. Remember, on this second round we are going to have our 12 puff stitches at the side, at the corners. So here it is, we got our 2 puff stitches, and we are going to repeat our this pattern. So for that one, again we're going to make this 3 puff stitches together. So for that one, chain 1, loosen up your work, 1, 2 and 3, yarn over, and we're going to go to this space and make another puff stitch. So it's 1, 2 and 3, leave this puff and go to this chain 1 space. So yarn over and 1, 2 and 3. So that's 3 puff together. Pull your yarn, insert your hook into this little loop, grab your yarn and make your single crochet here. Chain 1, loosen up your stitch, insert your hook into that same space 3 times, make your puff. Again, go to this one, leave this puff and go to this space and make another puff. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Again, yarn over and pull your yarn through all your loops and insert your hook into that little loop, grab your yarn and make your single crochet here, chain 1, and like this. Now repeat it for another 3 times, and I'm going to meet you somewhere here, and I will tell you what to do at the end here. And here it is. I've repeated my pattern for about 5 times. So here it is. As we have made this puff stitch at the first, so then we have made 3 puff stitches together. So this is 1, 2 and 3, and then another 2 puff stitches. So it's 1 and 2, and that pattern we have repeated for 5 times. So this is for the first time, and then 1, 2 and 3, and 1 and 2. So that's second time, 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 2. That's third time, 1, 2 and 3, and 1 and 2. That's fourth time, and 1, 2 and 3, and 1 and 2. That's for the 5th time. And now here, after this, we're gonna have 3 puff stitches together for only 1 time. So for that one, chain 1, loosen up your work, make 1 puff, 1, 2 and 3, leave this puff stitch. We have to go in this eye, chain 1 space, yarn over and make another puff stitch. So it's 1, 2 and 3, and here we will leave this puff stitch and we will go to this one. So yarn over and insert your hook into that one. So it's 1, 2 and 3. So here we got 3 puff stitches together. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all your loops, and insert your hook into this little loop here. Now grab your yarn and make your 1 single crochet here, like this. Don't worry about this one, we'll manage this. Chain 1, and that's your last 3 puffs together. And now we are gonna chain 1, loosen up your work, and yarn over and make 1 puff here only. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Now we're gonna finish up this stitch, and to finish up this round and this stitch, as we have put our stitch marker here, we will not go into this one. So we will not go into this space, we will directly go into this space. So for that one, take out your stitch marker and insert your hook into that space, that chain 1 space. Grab your yarn and pull your yarn through all your loops like this, and now chain 1. And that's how we are finishing up our round number 2, and your work looks like this. Remember that this is our center part. That's why I have made this stitch marker here, so that we will understand that we have been working around this middle flower. And now this is the end of our round number 2. And now for this round number 3, as we have made our this chain 1 here, we will insert our hook into this chain 1 space for 1 more time. We'll grab the yarn and we'll make our slip stitch here, just to reach on this space. So make your 1 slip stitch here, and now we are going to make 1 puff stitch here. So for that one, we have loosened up over this work, insert your hook and make your puff stitch. So it's 1, 2 and 3, yarn over and pull your yarn and make your 1 puff stitch. That's 1 single crochet like this. And this is the first puff stitch of our round number 3. Remember, we have already started up over this round number 3, but we will not put our stitch marker here. We will not end up here, we will end up here. So for that one, again, put your stitch marker back on this, after this first puff stitch of your round number 3 like this. And now chain 1, loosen up your work, and now we're going to make 3 puff stitches together. So that's, loosen up your work and make your first puff stitch here, go to this next space. It's 1, 2 and 3, go to your next space. It's 1, 2 and 3 like this, and you're going to have 3 puff stitches on your hook. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through all the loops and insert your hook into that small loop, grab your yarn. Like this. And now chain 1, and again we're gonna have another 3 puff stitches together. So remember, for the round number 2, we have made 3 puff stitches and then 2 puff stitches, And now we're going to have 3 puff stitches, 3 puff stitches, and then 2 puff stitches together. And then we will repeat that pattern. So for that one, as we have made this 3 puff stitches together, we will again make another 3 puff stitches together. So for that one, as we have chain 1 here, make another 3 puff stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3. Next time 1, 2, and 3 into the next space. 1, 2, and 3, like this. Yarn over and pull your yarn like this, and insert your hook into this small loop, wrap your yarn, make your 1 single crochet, and that's your 3 puff stitches together. So here 3 puff stitches together, and another time 3 puff stitches together, like this. And now we're going to make 2 puff stitches together. So for that one, as we have made our this single crochet here, chain 1, loosen up your work, and it's 1, 2, and 3. Go to the next space, 1, 2, and 3. That's 2 puff stitches together. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through all your loops, insert your hook, make your single crochet. And now we are going to repeat this pattern. So repeat this pattern for another 4 times, and that's going to be the 5th time. So here 3 puff stitches together, 3 puff stitches together, and then 2 puff stitches together. Again 3 puff stitches together, 3 puff stitches together, and then 2 puff stitches together. And we're going to repeat this pattern in total for 5 times. So as we have already made this pattern 1 time here, another 4 times you have to repeat that pattern, and I'm going to meet you at the end. So here it is. I have made my this last single crochet. I'll chain up 1, loosen up my work. So it's 1, 2, 3. We'll take another space, 1, 2, 3, and make another space, 1, 2, and 3. And now I will pull my yarn through all the loops and make my this 3 puff stitches together. Chain 1, again 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now insert your hook, and that's another time 3 puff stitches together. Chain 1, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3. And this time we're going to have only 2 puff stitches together. So and here it is. So keep on repeating this pattern for another 3 times, and I'm going to meet you at here. And here it is. After repeating our pattern for 5 times, 3 puff stitches together, 3 puff stitches together, and 2 puff stitches together, here it is. We got our work done like this. And now for the next stitches, I've already made my this chain 1 here, and now I'm gonna loosen up my this stitch, and I'm gonna make 3 puff stitches together here. So for that one, it's 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3, and it's 1, 2, and 3, and we'll make them together. Like this. And now chain 1. Again, we're going to make another 3 puff stitches together. So for that one, loosen up your stitch, and it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and here we're going to insert our hook into this space. Do not go somewhere here, because here it is. We have made our this chain 1, and you might will find here spaces, but don't go here. Just insert your hook into this eye. So just insert your hook in here. So that's 1, 2, and 3, and that's 3 puff stitches together. And here it is. So for the last time, we have made our 3 puff stitches and 3 puff stitches together here. And now chain 1, and we're going to make 1 puff stitch here. So for that one, 1, 2, and 3. And now as we have been finishing up this stitch, we will not go somewhere here, we will directly go here on our this stitch marker. Take out this stitch marker, insert your hook into that stitch, grab your yarn and pull your yarn through all your loops. Make this chain, one, insert your hook into that same space for one more time and make a slip stitch here, just to finishing up our this work. And the work looks like this. Now here, if you want to know how many puff stitches are here, you can count. For this last round number 3, we are going to have 18 puff stitches. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 and 18. For round number 2, we're going to have 12 puff stitches, and for the round number 1, we had our 6 puff stitches as we have counted. So here it is, it's all done. And now we're going to change the color and we're going to make this border here. So we're going to change the color of our yarn, and for that one I'm going to have this second color, and I'm going to attach this color with this one, the second yarn. Let's tighten up your work. Chain 1 and this chain 1 will count as our first single crochet. Now insert your hook into that same space, grab your yarn and make another single crochet. So that's going to be our second single crochet. Now here you can see this stitch here. Insert your hook into this stitch, grab your yarn and make another 2 single crochets here. And now the next one is our chain 1. So insert your hook into that chain 1 space and make another 2 single crochets here. So it's 1 and 2. Again, on into this next stitch, insert your hook and make 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and into this chain 1 again make 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. And now keep on doing 2 single crochets into each stitch like this, and by the end you're going to have your 72 single crochets. And I'm going to meet you after my this 72 single crochets for this round number 4. And here it is, I have my 72 single crochets, and now I'm going to insert my hook into this first chain 1 and I'm going to make a slip stitch here just to finish up this work like this. And now for this last round number 5, we are going to chain 1. So make a slip stitch and make a chain 1, and that's your first stitch, and insert your hook into your next stitch, grab your yarn and make a slip stitch and then chain 1. Into the next one again, make a slip stitch and chain 1. And now keep on doing this 1 slip stitch and 1 chain 1, and you're going to form your pattern here like this. For this round number 5, that's going to be your last round. So keep on doing 1 single crochet, keep on doing 1 slip stitch and chain 1, and I'm going to meet you after this round, and I'm going to have 72 slip stitches and 72 chain 1, and I'm going to meet you at here. And here it is, my work looks like this. You can take out the stitch marker, don't need it anymore. And now we're going to cut our yarn. So for that one, cut both of your yarn, take out the stitch marker, this last stitch, attach this one, and now we're going to put this loose ends in, and I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is, your coaster with your Jasmine stitch is ready, and I hope you have liked my today's tutorial. If you have liked, please like, share and comment on my videos, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.